Okay, we're going to look at a harder example of converting a percentage to a fraction or a decimal. This question is asking us to put these numbers in ascending order, that's from lowest to highest, and then put them on a number line. If we read here, the easiest method to compare numbers, compare percentages, fractions and decimals, is to convert them all to decimals, and then we can compare them. So let's convert all these numbers to decimals. 45%, that's 45 per 100, which as a decimal is 0.45. 7 over 10 as a decimal is 0.7. 0.36 is already a decimal. 80% is 80 per 100, which as a decimal is 0.80. 2.5 as a decimal, 2.5. 110% as a decimal is 110 per 100, and as a decimal that's 1.1. And the last number is already as a decimal. So now we have them all in decimal form, which I'm just circling now. Okay, I did some of those quite quickly, just remembering if we've got 45 per 100 and we want that as a decimal, we write down our 45. There's the decimal point. We are dividing it by 100, so we move the decimal point 2 to the left. So that's how I get my 0.45. 7 out of 10. I write down my 7. There's my decimal point. When I divide something by 10, I move it 1 to the left, which is how I got 0.7. 80% is, I write down my 80. There's my decimal point. I'm dividing by 100. 2 to the left, 0.8. 110% is 110. There's my decimal point. I'm dividing by 100, so I move my decimal point 2 to the left, hence 1.1. And 2.5, well, a half is the same as 0.5. Okay, so there we have them. We have them all as decimals. So now let's put them in order. Lowest to highest, ascending order, 0.36. I'm just ticking them as I've put them down to check I've remembered them all. 0.45, 0.7, 0.8 or 80, same thing, 1.1, 1.54, and 2.5. So there they all are in ascending order. And here's a number line, and you can see that we've put the number line, we've put 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, and we've put those numbers in the appropriate spot on the number line like the question asked. So if we have a whole lot of numbers, convert them all to their decimal form so that you then can make a comparison about which is smallest, which is largest, and where they go on a number line.